Okay, so will you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, of course. My name is Aston Adonis.
Thank you.
Real name Anthony Bencourt. Sitting here live, obviously discuss some wrestling takes.
Some wrestling, some of everything
Yeah.
usually is how it goes. And not live, but we're live, but it won't be live.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
And we're at Rumble for a Reason 2.
Yep. Second year, first year for
Yes.
me. This will be my debut at Rumble for a Reason, so I'm very excited for
And
that.
you're very fun to watch.
I appreciate that.
And you bill yourself as
the end all, be all, Aston Adonis, because to me, I'm as much as the beginning as I am the end, and I'm everything in between. So I'm encompassing all that. So all my assets, everything I try to do is very astonishing and over the top because that is who I am.
Yeah, you do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of do that, please correct me if I'm wrong, because again,
of course.
I am tired. It's the Greek god thing, right?
It's a symbolization. It more symbolizes Greek god, right? I am portraying a godlike gimmick and more or less of taking how I feel in my everyday life and bring it to 1,000. But out there, it's more than just a Greek gimmick. It's like I am everything. I am portraying I am the best. I can talk the best. I look the best. I am a five-tool athlete out there.
And you are a fine-tooled athlete.
Five. Tool.
Okay, so what?
Fine works too.
You are fine-tooled, which is probably why I heard that. But what is five-tooled?
Just everything. Athleticism. I can walk the talk. I can speak. I can go fast. I can go slow. I can out-muscle you. I can be more athletic than you. That's kind of where that whole perception is of the godlike gimmick, right? The end all be all. Because I'm everything you can do, I can do better per se.
It is a good gimmick. You do work it well.
Mm-hmm.
It does fit you.
Absolutely.
There are other god gimmicks, when people come out, I'm like, no. No, thank you. But they don't. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It works with you.
And there's going to be a lot of evolutions to the character, right? Because when I'm about a year into my career here, being on the independent scene here in the Midwest, I'm just getting more into the East Coast side of things. Recently in Massachusetts and Philadelphia, taking live bookings. I'm looking to go overseas. I got a trip going to London in April.
That's awesome.
I just came back from Finland, so I'm really trying to broaden my horizons.
And you're only a year in?
A year in.
Where did you train?
So a little bit all over. So the pandemic kind of hindered my training when I started. So I was born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh,
I'm a Massachusetts boy, through and through, Red Sox fan, the whole 9 yards, right? Born and raised there, real life took over, and I worked in a company. They brought me out to the Midwest in Indianapolis to pursue a avenue and career. And at this time, I stopped training for wrestling to pursue my income and my finances and my family.
Yay, capitalism.
So, and then I realized once I got more familiar in the role of what I was doing in my real life job, that I wanted to go back and pursue the one thing that I truly loved, which was professional wrestling. So taking that time, looking around schools around the area, everyone says this is good, that is good, but where am I going to go and get the most influential training for my development? And I came across White River Wrestling and my trainer, Jake Oman. So I'm, been training with Jake ever since I kind of out here about a year and a half, 2 years. I've been with Jake. We've traveled shows, we've gone places. I really look at him as my mentor, and I truly appreciate everything he's helped me in the wrestler I've become.
He's obviously helped a great deal because you put a heck of a show on. I just watched you last night at PWK, and I'm looking forward to, even though you are very obviously low energy, quote unquote, I can't imagine you putting on anything other than a spectacular show, just because you are, from what I've seen, a consummate professional.
I appreciate it, and it doesn't matter if it's at our local bingo hall to Madison Square Garden. I know it's ironic because it was a bingo hall.
It was a bingo hall, yes.
It wasn't supposed to be, but unfortunately, it turned out to be that way. Not unfortunately, but at least we got a venue so I could work the show that I did.
I'm very happy.
It doesn't matter where it is, because at the end of the day, we are all business individuals, and the product that we are selling is ourselves.
It is.
So people, I'm gonna go on a little tangent here. So
Please do.
when we see, and this might be a hot take for some, but people need to understand it. When you see people and they're coming in their Sunday's best, sweatpants, ripped shirts, what is that perception, right? Perception is reality, whether we like it or not. And when you show up, you want to dress to impress and dress for the job we want. We all want to get to the pinnacle. In everyone's mind, that pinnacle is WWE. Whether people agree or disagree, that is the company that you have the most eyeballs, you make the most money, and that is what everyone started in the business to achieve. Whether it be AEW, Impact Wrestling, GCW, you're
going for the top.
You're going for the top because you want to make the most money, you want to have the most eyeballs, and you want to put on the best show. Everyone wants a main event WrestleMania.
Right.
Everybody. If you're in this business, you don't want to do that. That's a stretch. I don't believe that. So it doesn't matter because no matter what now, with social media and the presence that has in impacting our perception of who we are as individuals, you need to portray what you want people to perceive you as 24/7.
Right.
If you're in a show that has 5 people, there's still tape. There's still footage. And there's still 5 individuals that paid to come see you. You have to give it them all. Give it your all. Now, there's a smart and a stupid way of doing that.
That's very true.
But go out there and conduct business as a professional, and that will separate you. And I do believe that every time I step in welcome, I want to do that quote unquote kind of like an airport test, right? When you come in, people want to be like, oh, you're dressing like this, dressing like that. It's like because I'm dressing in the way that I want to be perceived.
You're going to work, though.
Going to work and you're dressing to impress, dressing for the job you want, not the job you have.
This is your job, though.
This is
I totally 100% get it.
And we may not be compensated and support our bills as of yet with what we do here, but that is the end goal. So I want to act like and perceive myself to be as if I'm getting paid full time for this.
And that is also why I conduct myself the way that I conduct myself. I meet energy. I would love to do this full time.
Absolutely.
So this is how I do myself. I am myself fully and completely, and I bring myself fully and completely to everything that I do, because I feel like I would be doing a disservice to myself and to other people if I did not do that. If I just came half, I can't say ASS, half stupid to everything, then what would I be doing, right?
Yep. And that's the same thing with like profanity and promos and everything like that too. You know, there's oh, well, I get a reaction, but it's a cheap reaction. If WWE doesn't do it, you shouldn't do it. Plain and simple. They're on TV. They're making millions of dollars. We're not.
Fair enough.
If you are, God bless your heart.
I mean, right?
So, and that's kind of where I'm at. You know, that's understanding, being under my mentor, you know, and then seeing around, just meeting individuals in and out of locker rooms, getting the experience, going to shows, setting up the ring, tearing down the ring, building those connections and those relationships is how you're really going to separate yourself and put yourself on a different level where people are going to advocate for you and give you those opportunities. Of course.
Setting up the ring.
Because my trainer, Terry Funk, still sets up and tear down rings. You know, everyone in Japan still does that.
Really?
And no one is too good to tear down and set up a ring. And if we do it together,
it was really fast.
That's
like
it.
Super fast. It was like done in lickety split.
And that's all it can be. So if everyone just does their part and lends a hand, it can be successful. But that goes back to there's always eyes. Everyone's watching. Someone's watching.
I
Someone's
watch all of the time. People don't realize, you're right. People do watch. And I watch more, I think, than people realize. I watch the people more than I watch the actual wrestling. And I pay attention. That's who I decide who to ask him, who to talk to. And that's
and that's an honor that I'm sitting here today in front of you guys. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, thank you.
Of course.
I have to ask you have the whole Greek god thing. You're covered in Egyptian tattoos, sir.
And I also got Japanese tattoos on my leg. It's just a culture of different.
Yeah,
that's it. Just be more cultured.
You just chose, but you don't have any Greek tattoos, do you?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
No, they're going to come. It's just at a time, finances and everything entirely, right? So
I just wondered why didn't you go with the Egyptian?
Honestly, it wasn't in the deck of cards at the time being.
No?
Not saying that the character couldn't evolve to have some Egyptian characteristics, but you know, that's a whole nother thing with my tattoos and like the symbolism to what it means to me. It's more or less protection in my active life and my afterlife. You know, I have the Ankh down my back, which is symbolization of obviously life in Egyptian culture.
Yes.
I have Ra, I have Horus, protection. You know, I have Anubis, Osiris, all on my back, right? And these are all like metaphorical protection pieces for me in this everyday world and in the afterlife. So I'm protected. I have a guardian angel per se looking over me.
Right.
That's all the symbolization means. So the character, it's a branch of that, and there's more layers are soon to come. But right now we're just scratching the surface on what and who is Aston Adonis.
Okay.
Yeah, only 1 year in, I told you you're not evolving.
Well, no. And I mean, I like that you're working on the character.
Mhm.
That is important to me. Stories and characters are important. I mean, that's the whole fun of it for me is the theater.
Mhm.
And
there's not many people. Every time I'm at a venue, I try to have something different, whether it's new laces, boots, gear, jacket, armbands, any slight improvement. I always try to do something.
you're always very pretty. I like your little sparkly shorts.
Yeah, I mean, it gets attention, and
It does.
that's what I'm going for. So the biggest thing is when you walk through that curtain, what is perceived? Do you look like a wrestler, or do you look like someone that should be working in a coal mine? We have a lot of people, and again, another hot take: a lot of people play wrestler. Not a lot of people want to be wrestlers.
But how do you quantify that?
People don't want to do what it means to be successful, and there's different levels. And not everyone wants. Everyone has a dream to main event WrestleMania. Not everyone has I would say, the ability to pursue that option.
But is that okay?
That is okay.
Is it?
And that's where it's the best. Whatever you can do. If you want to do this part-time and put on a great show for front of your friends and family, that's okay, as long as you want to do it. Again, but there's some basic competencies of like tearing down the ring.
Okay.
You know, being there on time for call time.
Okay.
Being there when you're needed in the locker room. Being easy to work with and understanding the needs of the business of the match that we need to go out there and perceive to the fans and to the audience and to the consumer. There are all these things that have to be respected, and I don't care what your end goal is, as long as you're happy doing what you're doing.
All right. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Like whatever your end goal is, as long as you're doing it right.
And respectfully to everyone else that wants to be around.
I mean, that's fair enough. Don't dink around and ruin it for the rest of us who are doing it full time, basically.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's fair. And I'm sure sometimes that doesn't happen.
And I'm not saying anyone here, I'm not speaking to anyone in this locker room. I was just being around from multiple places and multiple states. You see a handful of individuals that are just here because it's just something there that fills their Saturday. And there's a lot of people here in the locker room that want more than that. Everyone's trying to make this in a source of income. We're not choosing it dropped on our head for the fun of it. It is something we love to do. It's something that we love to entertain, and we love the art form that is professional wrestling. And I think people come out here, and obviously there's a right and wrong way where we don't want to put anyone in jeopardy of hurting themselves and not being able to do their job or pursue their passion any further. So just be safe.
So, well, obviously it is dangerous. It can be dangerous. Oh, yeah. So why wrestling? Why did you choose wrestling?
Because as an individual, there was a lot of natural escapes. There's a lot of bad escapes too. So for me, professional wrestling is always my natural escape as an individual when I had a rougher childhood.
Okay.
It was something I can find and found solace in.
Okay.
When I had the TV on, I was entertained for that 2 to 3 hours, depending on what day of the week, what night of the week.
Okay.
And I was able to escape my everyday life. And all my passion, my desire for professional wrestling is if I can do that and captivate and win over and help 1 to 1,000,000 fans be their natural escape, I've done my job. That's all I want to do. I just want to be that larger-than-life individual, and I want to be able to help bring solace in a natural escape, a healthy escape to reality. Because in the everyday world, excuse my language, but it kind of stinks out there.
It does.
There's a lot of things to be negative about.
There is.
And what we're doing here is to bring that natural escape for a time being. And that's all I want to do is to just have people entertained.
You do that, and I appreciate those are usually my most favorite wrestlers are the wrestlers who do that, because that's what I need. Mm-hmm. Like I need a break. Like I need to be sucked into the TV, so to speak. And that's my TV I like front row because of that, because then I can hear the interaction between the wrestlers and also between the wrestlers and the fans sometimes. Mm-hmm. That's fun to me. it's entertaining.
That's what our job is, and that's why we're doing it, is to entertain. We're not here for people to have pity and come pay to watch their friends or whatever. It's, that helps, right? More the merrier, right?
Well, but no, I want to get lost.
We want you to be sucked in for the 2 to 3 hours and get lost in the story and lost in the entertainment, and so you can enjoy what our art is, and we're painting the canvas that is metaphorically that canvas in the ring. We are all artists, and we're all individual paintbrushes, essentially. We're painting this sculpture at the end of the night. That is what our art is.
Well, you're a wonderful artist.
I appreciate that.
And I want people to come see you. So I know you have socials.
Absolutely. So all my socials are the same. I'm on X, Twitter, whatever everyone wants to call it now.
I still call it Twitter.
And Instagram, it's at Ashton_Adonis_. Very simple. You can find me. I send clips, updates, upcoming matches, best hits, YouTube links, the whole 9 yards.
So I think you're probably going to be posting this fairly soon, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you going to be coming soon then? Where can people come see you? Support your promotions.
Of course. So
my brothers, because that's how they pay wrestlers.
So every Thursday you will find me at the Davis Hop Point Arena in Louisville, Kentucky at OVW.
Okay.
You'll see me there every Thursday. You're looking at upcoming events in this weekend. Obviously, yesterday we had PWK, where me, Ashton Adonis versus Sydney Arakeem was probably one of my favorite matches of my career thus far.
It was beautiful. It was delicious. For my brain, it made my brain happy.
It was an honor
to
work a talent like Sydney, a former NXT WWE athlete, and he was able to bring me to that next level and that type of mindset match, and I'm honored.
You guys, I didn't even know he was, because I'm not a wrestler, like not a WWE girly, like I didn't know wrestling but you guys were so evenly matched. Like I didn't even realize like he was a famous guy until like afterwards. So we
had
good.
We had a couple of great names and talents. Obviously, everyone that showed up to entertain everybody.
Such a good show, my gosh! I still have to post about it because it was really good.
It was long,
it was so long.
And that's the one issue too. Sometimes longer is not better, but we had some great talents on the show yesterday. Good. So it was an honor to share the ring with a lot of those great talents. So no, Sydney, I really appreciate that match, and very fortunate and honored to be in the ring with you. We have today. Obviously, we have
Rumble for a Reason.
Rumble for a Reason today, where it's myself versus another one of the White River graduates, Jake Omen trainees, Logan Myers. So we're going to go out there, and someone I know near and dear, one of my, I would say, close friends in the business. So we're going to go out there, and I'm still going to respectfully punch him right in the face. Respectfully, of course. Love you, buddy.
Very respectfully. JK.
Next week, I got another big match, and it's in Pittsford, Michigan. It's going to be myself wrestling the Ronin Michael Elgin for the CIW heavyweight title.
Sad. I'm going to miss that.
That is going to be, we're going off of one match that's a highlight of my career to another one that's a highlight of my career. So he's going to push me to the brink, but I will be better for it, and I'm very excited.
That's going to be so good.
So that's coming up there. The week after, I will be in Cleveland, just kind of watching, highlighting, and hanging out with Exodus. So there they do their, obviously, Pro Wrestling Exodus. It's kind of that affiliation with the NWA.
Okay.
It's EC3's whole company that he runs there. So I'll be going out there, hanging out, supporting them, doing ring crew, wherever they need from me to be a part of there.
That's good, right? Is that a good thing?
That is a great opportunity.
That's awesome then.
So having that opportunity, so hopefully, I can connect and build a good relationship there, so I can hopefully do something there long term. That's the goal.
Yeah, if they've seen you wrestle, come on now.
Hopefully. So there's a lot of great talents that have a lot of commitments.
All of my fingers for you.
And that is actually, I go there Friday, which is 2 days after my birthday.
Oh.
So November 13th is my birthday.
Well, happy early birthday
then.
You. That's in 9 days.
Yes, roughly. Time flies when you're wrestling and working all the time.
Oh my gosh. And I mental math that.
So it's coming up there. And then following that weekend, kind of closing out here in November, you can find me at Signal 10 Pro Wrestling. That is going to be in Brazil, Indiana.
Oh,
So I am currently the Diner Pod champion there, and I do have a long-standing feud with a competitor named Sam Knight. So him and I are going to have our blow-off battle there in Brazil, Indiana, on that date of the 23rd of November.
do you have to go to Michigan? I'm just asking because we live in Michigan, and
Well, I mean, like CIW.
but CIW is not always in Michigan. I meant
Yeah,
like
they rotate
Michigan.
Toledo. And
Yeah, I meant like Michigan-based promotions. I only asked because I am a selfish person.
No, of course, whatever's easier on the commute. If opportunities arise where I can be in Michigan, you guys will be the first to find out. You'll be the first to know on that one. And the day after Signal 10 on the 24th, you will find me at Frontier Elite Wrestling. Presents Anarchy. That is going to be in Greenfield, Indiana.
Ooh,
So it'll be there. It's a Sunday show, so a little bit different, a little change of pace.
November 24th?
November 24th.
All right, because Chaos is November 27th, which I'm going to, which is also a Sunday show.
No, that can't work out. That's only 3 days difference. I think our show is the 27th.
Is it?
Yeah, 'cause
The Sunday's the 24th of November.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Is Sunday also the 27th?
No, that's only 3
No.
days later.
Oh.
The next Sunday would be the 30th.
Oh, well, shoot, basket. All right, well, dang. I thought I could come to that one. I work Chaos Show. I work the door and the merch table.
And then we're looking at the week after, the last Saturday of the month. You maybe find me at Emerge Wrestling if I feel like entering the building, because myself and my partner, Dylan Bostic, were kicked out of the building. So we're going to see what we have to do with management. You could say that. I from time to time, if I need to.
If you,
One of my close friends in the
answer.
Well, it's because it really depends on what's going on here. But I would say we're friends, and we if we need each other's assistance, we will help. And if it results into a tag match, fantastic. But we're both single competitors.
Okay.
It's almost like you're looking at WWE and you have like the team of like Randy and Cody.
Okay,
Like
I
friends.
actually understand that reference.
Yep, they tag from time to time when they need each other's assistance. And,
Okay. Oh, I kind of like that then. That's a useful. I like that.
Yep. So that's kind of how that
partnership.
is. So we're actually friends here. He was one of the first friends I made in the business. So it's great to have a partner like him too. So that's kind of what my November looks like. But I am booked packed for the rest of 2024. And then coming in January, you'll find me 3 days that month supporting OVW.
Nice.
So we have January 25th, and we're going to have it in Pittsburgh. No, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure it's Pittsburgh. Let me get back to that date. It's Winter Warfare there.
You post them though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
As we're getting closer, I'll post them a
Okay.
week in advance.
All right.
So tons of dates coming up. Tons of exciting places where you can see my beautiful face.
Sorry, the eye roll is slightly involuntary.
No worries. It's all part of the lifestyle.
I know. All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting with me. I appreciate it.
Of course. No, do you guys have any other questions or comments, concerns, or anything about?
I'm concerned about one of your promo pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like you're pointing at your nipples.
probably.
It's weird.
It's fine.
Okay.
Whatever sells.
I mean, fair.
There'll be plenty more that would get better, worse per se.
It's just disturbing. It literally stopped me as I was walking. I was like, "Jerk!" And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And I said, "Oh my goodness" out loud, like audibly.
But you know what it did?
It stopped.
It
me.
stopped you
Yeah.
at my merch table
Yeah.
to look at my stuff.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Yep. So
Oh my goodness.
that's a check mark for me. I'll take that.
Yeah.
And that's an eye roll for you. That's still a check mark for me either way.
All right, fair enough.
So
Do you have anything for me?
nothing else. I would just say, independent wrestling, everything entirely. I'm here to make a name for myself. I'm here to do what I can do.
I think you're
And
doing
everyone's
so.
like, oh, work hard to do this. I'm like, I'm going to do what I can do as much as I can do it. So I just appreciate all the opportunities and all the great wrestlers and talents that I've shared the ring with. And I'm looking forward to all the future dates and all the future opportunities in front of me. So I thank you guys having me here today, and it was an honor. So let's have a great show and have a great, phenomenal Sunday.
I think we
Awesome.
will do all three of those things.
Awesome.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure talking with you.
Awesome.